Hey guys, welcome to the next AMP. Um, Obviously, as you can tell, I am not in our church building. Um, I'm actually able to bring this to you guys all the way from Missouri. I got a chance to come and visit some family, and so this is where I'm at. I am here in Missouri. I'm actually standing in front of a mural that my sister-in-law Melissa did for her husband. He was in the Marines, and we're having a good time here. We're getting to see family. We're getting to have kind of a family reunion, so we're having a good time. Um, but it's giving me a chance to kind of talk to you about something that I think is very important, especially right now. I know a lot of you have started school. A lot of you are going to be starting school. Um, and some of you have no idea if and when school is going to start. And so I want to talk today about change. And we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 6, verses 31 and 33. So let me read those to you and then we'll get into it a little bit. So don't worry saying, what will we eat, or what will we drink, or what will we wear? Verse 33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be provided for you. I've definitely heard my fair share of people describe this verse as some way of describing that when you follow God, he's going to give you everything you want. It never says that. It quite specifically says that he will give you what you need. The very beginning, don't worry what will we eat, what will we drink, what will we wear. Those are all things we need. Sometimes we want them. Sometimes we want the Big Mac and don't really care for chicken nuggets. And sometimes we want the sweet tea. And sometimes we want the Under Armour shoes. And sometimes we want the things that we want, even though they can fall in line with the things that we need. We need shoes, we need clothes, we need food. So what we need and what we want can sometimes coexist. But God says he'll supply what you need. So if what I need is just a pair of shoes to walk around in, they might not be Under Armour. They might just be some Fila. They might just be some Athletic Works from Walmart. I have no idea. What I do know is that when I am in need of shoes, they will be provided. Whether it's through my work and my job where I can afford to pay for them, or whether it is when I am down and out and I have nothing to gain, God will always take care of his children. I've been there. Uh, in the situation I'm in now, God has taken care of. God has brought friends and family to the forefront for me and for my family, and has allowed us to accept this change that we have gone through here recently. They have allowed us to not just survive, but to exist in it, to do more than that, to actually grow in it. Our faith has grown. Our relationships with each other has grown. My relationship with those friends has grown. It has been a learning and a bonding experience, and it is an amazing thing. So don't be afraid when that change happens. You see, a lot of you, especially as teenagers, you deal with change on a constant basis. You deal with change going from school to school. Even if all you ever do is you live in the same town, so you go to one elementary school, one middle school, one high school. That's still 3 different schools. And once you hit junior high and high school, sometimes every year, it's a whole group of different teachers. You guys experience change at a rate that adults don't usually experience it at anymore. How many of you have ever had a friend that you grew up with, and maybe in 2nd and 3rd grade they were your best friends, and now you guys are kind of maybe not so close, even if you're still in the same school? I can guarantee you that the kids and the friends that I had back when I was in uh, elementary, and even towards the beginning of my junior high school, um, I was down in LA. We were moving all around, and I went from school to school. And those friends that I had in LA, I couldn't tell you their names if my life depended on it. Okay? And so if I've ever seen them again, I have no idea. But that's just how it works. Okay? So as we talk about change, I want to talk about how You guys are going to have to accept that change. You have to understand that when change happens, it is not always bad. And even if it is bad, with God's help, it is definitely possible to achieve, and it's definitely possible to break through. You guys don't have to worry about the what could happen, especially now. Most of you have your parent, your home, your life at home is a one of structure, it's one of love, it's one of support, and so you have those people around you. And that is an amazing thing. What I'm telling you right now about change is you guys are experiencing a change that I've never experienced, that the adults in your life, your parents, your grandparents, even the teachers around you, they have never experienced this change. This change is different because it's a pandemic. This change is different because I can tell you what it's like to go from school to school and change teacher to teacher and have friends that I don't talk to anymore. I can't tell you what it's like to go from having a social experience at school and having all these friends and having all these relationships and having the teachers that I like and the school that I like and having to do school from home. I don't know that. And so it's going to be really hard for me to empathize it and to understand where you're coming from. The one thing I can tell you, though you're experiencing a different change, you're experiencing a different change than I've experienced in my life, one thing remains the same, and this is one of the greatest things that the Bible tells us. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the same God that helped me through my change and helped me as I was going through school and all the processes that I've had to do in my life is the same God that is there for you to help you through these changes and the processes of your life. It's an amazing thing to know that we have a God who will take care of us, who will watch out for us, who will draw us in and help us through these moments, these trials, these tribulations, these moments of change. And they're not always bad. It's easy to get through some of the changes that are enjoyable. For some people, I take my son Titus, for example. He loves the fact that he gets to stay home. Yeah, sometimes he misses his friends and sometimes he wishes he can go to school. But more often than not, he is so happy that he gets to just sit down, push through his work, and he's done. He sometimes is able to do the work for his week all within 3 days, and he's got a 4-day weekend. And he loves that. So some of you, it's going to be a different kind of change. It's going to be a different kind of experience. Some of you are making the biggest change of your life, and it's happening right now in a time that is different than any other time, and that's going to college. It is very, very difficult to transition from high school to college sometimes. And to do it in this day and age and to do it in this year during this pandemic, I can't imagine what you guys are going through. But I know someone who does, and I know how you can get in touch with him, and it's simply by praying to God and asking for his help. He will deliver you through this change. That's why I like that part right there. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Seek him first. Seek his righteousness. Seek his will, his grace, his love. And all these things will be provided for you. The food you need to eat, the clothes you need to wear, everything will be provided for you. He will take care of you. Don't give up on him. It's easy in this time to try and give up on God. It's easy to try and set him aside. It's easy to try and just push on with our own lives and let our faith take a back seat. Do not let that happen. Do not let change tear you away from God. Let it draw you closer. Bring God closer into your life. Bring God into the change. Pray. Ask for his help. Ask for his wisdom. Ask for his will in your life. Ask him to help you through. And he will supply you with what you need to accomplish what he needs you to accomplish. Thank you guys for listening. Even from Missouri, I'm still missing you. I love you guys. And remember, in all you do, amplify Christ.